Hi, welcome back to Books of Light's game channel. We're playing Hoplomachus, The Lost Cities. This is the Pazzuli arena, built during the reign of Emperor Vespasian and finished under his son Titus. Its advanced gear systems were used to quickly lift beast cages up to the arena floor and open them. The arena was designed so that at any time, from any direction, gladiators would find themselves face to face with deadly beasts. Across the waters in the southwest lies the legendary city of El Dorado, the city of gold. The people of El Dorado have been forced to roam the desert sands, being hardened by its winds and sharpened by its teeth. Let's begin turn 1. The first phase of a turn is when we check for crowd favour. If any of our units occupy a crowd favour stone, we earn 1 crowd favour. If we occupy both crowd favour stones, then we earn 3 crowd favour. On the player map, it helpfully shows us each of the phases of a player's turn. So we've checked for crowd favour stones. The draw phase, that would only be during player versus player. That's when you draw your unit chips from your velvet bag. We don't do that playing solitaire. So next phase is unit and tactic deployment phase. And the rules for this phase have changed slightly since the printed rules that come in the box. If you check the Chip Theory Games website, you can download the latest rules there, and what they tell you is that in the deployment phase you can deploy 1 gladiator and play 1 tactic, whether that's a city tactic or one that you've earned through crowd favour. In the printed rules it says you can play one or the other but not both, but for the updated rules we can play one and the other. I'm going to keep hold of my tactic for the moment, and I'm going to deploy one of my gladiators, and I'm going to choose to play this defender here. When I deploy, I can place this gladiator in one of 6 spots on the board. These are these shaded with red or brownish splatters, so there's 3 spots here and 3 spots here. Those are the only 6 spots I can deploy my gladiators to at this stage of the game. So I pick a spot, grab his health chips and place him on one of these deployment spots. My defender here has a health of 5, so I need to grab 5 health chips. And he has an attack range of 1, a movement of 1, and a tactical range of 1. I've chosen to place my defender right here next to my champion, and that's because of this ability he has called Intercept Blow. And what that means is that if my champion or any other adjacent unit gets attacked, this defender can intercept that blow and take the damage from that blow. You'll probably see that in action when the game plays on. Once we've made our deployment, unit and tactic, we then move to the movement phase, and this is when our units, our gladiators and our champions can move around the arena. Now remember, our champion's still inactive, so he's not moving, he's standing there waiting for the crowd to whip itself up into a frenzy. And any gladiators that we deploy, on the turn that they deploy, they can't move. And the next phase is the attack phase. Likewise, our champion's inactive, and any gladiators on the turn they enter the game, they cannot move, they cannot attack. So that's it for this turn. We've deployed a unit. It's time for the arena to make its moves. Let's start with the beast here. Now it's up to me as a player what order the arena units move. So I've decided I'm going to move the beasts first, and they've got a movement of 2. Now beasts, they're not intelligent, they're unpredictable, and their movement is unpredictable. They're roaming the arena, pacing around until they lock onto a target. Once they've locked onto a target, they're not going anywhere, they're going to fight to the death. But until they've locked onto someone, they're just going to roam the arena in a kind of random, unpredictable fashion. And the way we determine that, and with its movement of 2, is we roll not 1 but 2 6-sided dice. We've rolled a 5 and a 2. Now we always take the white dice first. and then the red. And then we refer to this dice legend to determine the movement direction. And since we rolled a 5 and a 2, that means the beast is going to move one space to the left and then one space to the right. So it's always relative to this central spot. Right? So our beast moves one spot to the left, that's a 5. And then from here, the 2 would be here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So the second die roll is a 2. So he moves back where it came from. So that's our beast movement. Now I'm going to choose to move this criminal here. Now he's got a movement of 0 to 2. And he's also got this innate ability here called champion bound. And what that means is he's not going to use the dice legend. He's always going to move towards our champion. So the criminals, we don't roll 2 dice, we roll 1 dice. And on a 1, the criminal doesn't move, that's 0. On a 6, it's going to move 2 spaces. On 2 through 5, it's going to move 1 space. Okay, so it's 1, 0, 2, 3, 5, 1, and then a 6, 2 spaces, and he's champion bound. So he's going to move towards our champion, taking the shortest, most direct route possible. Okay, let's roll. We've got a 2. This way's blocked, so he's going to move the shortest, most direct route, 1 space towards our champion. Now we roll for the arena boss, who's a criminal. So he's going to move like a criminal. So again, it's 1 dice. 1, no move. 6, 2 moves. 2 through 5 is 1 move. And we've rolled a 2. So he's going to move 1 space forward towards our champion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both these spaces are 8 hexes away from our champion. So as the player, we can decide which direction he takes. Let's move him down here. So now we've finished moving all the arena units. They now get to attack. These 2 units only have an attack range of 1. That's 1R, 1R. Since there aren't any of our units adjacent, they're not attacking. But if we look at the boss, he's also got a range of 1, but he has this special attack, scared, stiff. So for his attack we roll 1d6, and on a roll of 1 to 6 he does his basic attack. On a roll of 6, in addition to his base attack, he also performs this special scared stiff. And there's a quick reference on the back of the rulebook which tells us that scared stiff says all opposing units within 3 hexes are stunned for 1 turn. Stunned means they can't move and they can't attack. So all opposing units within 3 hexes. Now as it goes, 1, 2, 3, there aren't any opposing units within 3 hexes, so even if you roll a 6, it's not going to do anything. So that's it. Arena's done. Let's move back to our turn. For my deployment, I fancy deploying this archer. He's got a health of 2, a range of 2, move 1, tactical range of 2. But it's this range of 2 that I'm really interested in. And also this ability, First Strike. So let's get him out there. He's got a health of 2. So we'll grab 2 units. And we're going to deploy him on this side of the board as well. In this spot here. And as well as his range, the other thing I like about him is this First Strike ability. I told you that units can't move or attack on the turn they're deployed. But this First Strike ability says that we can attack on the turn we're deployed. But we're not attacking just yet. We're going to do our movement first, and we can move our defender now, so I'm going to move him around the back here with his movement of 1. So we can't move any more than 1 space. Now we move to the attack phase. Now this defender's got this alternative attack. It's called reposition. And what that means is in place of the basic attack, which has range 1, there's nothing within 1 range, you can always, instead of the basic attack, perform the unit's alternative attack. Reposition says instead of attacking, the unit may move 1 hex during its attack phase. I'm going to take advantage of that now. I'm just going to slip the guy 1 more space around there. Meanwhile, our archer, with a basic attack range of 2, means he can't attack anything, there's nothing in range, but he does also have an alternative attack. his alternative attack is called long shot. And long shot says, roll 1 yellow die to attempt a 1 damage ranged attack from 4 hexes away. So we've doubled our range, but here's our basic attack. Our basic attack is roll 1 black die, 1 yellow die. Long shot says we can double our range, but we've got less chance of hitting. We're only going to roll 1 yellow die. These are the attack dice. We have yellow, blue and black. And a hit with an attack die is one of these H's. A miss is a blank. And the black die has got H's on 5 out of 6 sides. So you've got a 5 in 6 chance of hitting. A blue die has only got hits on 3 out of the 6 sides. And the yellow die has only got hits on 2 out of 6 sides. So we're going to roll 1 yellow die. We've got a 1 in 3 chance basically. Alright, there we go. Our archer's pulled off a fabulous first strike long shot. We've done 1 hit on this criminal, so we remove 1 health chip. Alright, that'll do it. Nothing else for us to do, so we move back to the arena. And let's move the beast first. So it's 2 dice. We get a 5 and a 2 once more, so it's left way and back again. Now we'll move the criminal, just 1 dice. And we've rolled a 1, so the criminal, they don't move. Now for the arena boss, again 1 dice. And it's a 2, and there's only 1 direct route for them now, straight towards us. Still nothing within 3 range, so we won't bother rolling for their special attack. Turn comes back to us. Now I'm quite keen to try and occupy one of these crowd favour stones, so I think I'm going to get one of my attackers out. And we'll deploy it on this spot here with its 3 health. He doesn't have any abilities that let it move or attack on the turn it's deployed. He has retaliate, which means he does 1 damage to any unit that hits him, and whirlwind is his alternative attack. His basic attack is a black, a blue and a yellow. His alternative attack, whirlwind, means he gets 1 blue die for every adjacent unit and attacks every adjacent unit with whatever he rolls. That's my defender. I'm going to keep him where he is. I'm going to take the opportunity to move my archer though, just 1 spot to the right here. And now this criminal is within 2 range, and that means because of my 2 range I can do my basic attack, which is 1 black and 1 yellow dice. Remember, a black dice hits on 5 out of 6 sides. So let's take our attack dice, 1 black and 1 yellow. And okay, we got 1 hit. He's down to 2 health. The arena's turn now. And once more we'll roll for the beast first. So we'll roll our 2 dice. That's a 2 and a 4. So remember, according to our dice legend, that means we move 1 space in this direction, and then 1 space in this direction. So 2 is this direction, and a 4 would be this direction. Now, if the beasts are directed to move to a space that is occupied, then they just don't move. So they stay there. Now let's roll 1 for the criminal. Ouch, we rolled a 6. That means they're going to move twice. Remember, they're champion bound, so they're going to move twice directly right up next to our champion. Let's do the same for the boss. That's a 4, so they're going to move 1 spot towards our champion. Our archer here, 1, 2, 3. No, he's still not within range of their special attack, so we won't roll any attacks for the arena boss. Nothing for the beast. But now we do have one of our units within one range of the criminal. That's our champion. So the criminal will attack, and they have a big attack. It's 1 black, 1 blue, and 1 yellow. Let's roll the 3 attack dice. Ooh, yeah, okay. They've done us for 2 hits. Now I've got 2 choices now. I could take the 2 hits off my champion, and if the champion takes a hit playing solitaire, then he will, despite crowd favour, he's going to activate. So you hit our champion, he's not hanging about, he's going to activate and start getting into the battle. However, the other option is that the defender here, with his ability of intercept blow, takes the damage instead. So let's do that. Our defender's going to step forward, intercept the blow, and take those 2 points of damage. And that's where defenders are valuable, because remember, we're going to lose. If our champion gets defeated and loses all his health, we're going to lose. But not only that, as we progress, if we do succeed in round 1 and we kill the arena boss, then we go through to round 2, but we only go through with whatever health on our champion we have left. All our gladiators, they get reshuffled up and we get 6 new ones, and they'll all come in deployed with full health. But our champion, if he's down to 3 health at the end of round 1, he's going to start round 2 with only 3 health. So not only do we want to survive, but we want our champion to survive with as much health as possible. Okay, since our defender intercepted that blow, our champion does not activate. But now we move back to our turn. So for deployment, I'm still not ready to use my tactic, but I'm ready to deploy my tactician. But he has only got 2 health. But I'm going to deploy him right here with his 2 health chips. And he has initiative. Has his ability, and initiative says that I can move on the turn that I'm deployed. He can't attack though, remember. Well, I'm going to move my archer 1 spot here. My tactician, who does actually have a movement of 3, keep him there. And my attacker over here, he has a movement of 2. I'm going to head just 1 spot this way. I'm keen to take this criminal out, so I'm going to move my defender around here as well, and let's do some attacking. We'll start with the defender. He has a range of 1, and his attack is 1 black dice. So there's a good chance we'll take at least 1 of the 2 left off this criminal. Let's see what we get. Yeah, that's a hit. So he's down to 1 health remaining. And now I'm going to use my archer. The criminal's in range 2, so we can use our black and our yellow. But take a look at this tactician, and the reason why I put him where he is. He has 2 abilities. Not only does he have initiative, but he has something called strategic attack. And strategic attack says all friendly adjacent units gain an additional yellow die to use with their base attack this turn. So not with long shot, but with our base attack. So that means I don't just get black and yellow, I get black, yellow, yellow. So that's 3 attack dice, 1 black, 2 yellows. And I'm hoping to get at least 1 on this criminal. And we got 3. Excellent. That criminal is out of here. And every time you defeat a unit, you gain 2 crowd favour. So that's 1, 2, 3 more. And we unlock the first crowd favour tactic. And activate your champion, it says. Looking good, okay. So our defender lost a little bit of health from that criminal attack, but we've managed to get a little bit of crowd favour